Peace and love. It's Rick the Negotiator.
This is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee, and this is the God Show. Let's go. And today we have a very special guest. I'm gonna put the word legend to her name. The funny thing is that when she stormed on the scene, she came on the scene with the GOAT. Like when we heard her name for the first time, it was making records for the GOAT.
Yes.
She's every rapper's favorite collaborator. Like I looked at her Spotify, she got records with every classic great rapper has a record with you.
That's crazy.
And she's here today to bless the blue couch with an interview. Let's give it up for Marsha Ambrosius.
Yeah. Thank you.
How you doing?
Me. I'm great.
I love the hat.
Love it.
It's a thing.
I was about to say something. You know that.
You know, when we've been in this game so long, and we were just talking about this in the car, you could look at people and tell if life's treating them good. Life is treating you really good.
Oh, man.
You don't have to open your mouth. I could just, the glasses, the lipstick, the hat, it's all
Energy
like,
is oozing off. It's oozing
you're
right
glowing right now.
Appreciate that.
I'm happy for you.
I'm really happy.
Yes. How did you get there?
Happy. A journey, like a long one. I mean, you've known
for sure.
since
I met you
in
in 07.
Atlanta, right? 07, and I was here.
Yep, you was here.
ATL, doing what we were doing during those
Philly taking over.
times.
It was Philly takeover. You was
Yes. I got to America at the right time. Like even going by ways of Philly, by ways of Atlanta. I landed in Atlanta first. And then just got the free ticket to check out Philly, do some open mic gigs, and the rest is history.
That's how it happened?
Pretty much. A friend of ours, when Nat and myself were doing Floetry late 99, a friend of ours was staying in Atlanta. I said, yo, I have a couple of open mic gigs.
Yeah.
You know, I can get you guys a flight.
And when you guys were in the UK?
London.
Okay.
And we took that free flight.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Landed in ATL. And
No, just y'all two.
yeah.
No team, just y'all two.
We didn't know nothing.
Wow.
Like, just the free tickets. It was like, okay, let's go. So I told my mother I'm going on a 2-week vacation to Atlanta. And then we got a call, like, my homeboy was playing basketball in New Jersey. And it was like, yo, I know a promoter in Philly. Said he want to fly you out, too.
So where's all of this interest coming from? Y'all name is just buzzing, people hearing about y'all?
It wasn't even a name buzzing. Like, we were doing underground poetry things in the UK. So that scene was fairly heavy early 2000s. So my homeboy that was playing ball had a demo tape, and Philly was kind of doing the same thing. The whole open mic, Black Lily. Here was Apache Cafe. Yeah. Philly was Black Lily.
She is Atlanta. She said Apache. Right. Oh my God. This is true. This is dope. I love that.
So doing all of those things, getting seen, and I get to Philly, and that's when I stumbled upon a touch of jazz and its excellence.
A touch of jazz is Jazzy Jeff.
Jazz.
Okay.
So it's Andre and Vidal, Carvin, Ivan, Keith, and D, and they have just made Music Soul Child's first album. That's Just Friends. Just Friends just gets to radio that summer. Jill Scott, Long Walk, like Getting in the Way, like all of those things are going to radio that summer. So yeah, it was a Philly takeover. So we're getting the remnants of the magic that was already created. So here's these two British girls, you know, all the energy, completely green, but still hungry and
dope
I'm like,
as fuck.
Yo, whoever did that, The Way or Long Walk, who's that? Like Andre Harris. So him and I were like this, like musical soulmates from the rip. So we started doing demos and I started, you know, sharing little ideas, and I played this record that I had, Butterflies, which I'd written I wrote that when I was 16 about a boy.
I want you to just give me, first of all.
No, this is how it happened. This is the time.
But I want to tell you something. I do this, but I'm genuinely a fan. So like, I'll get goosebumps. Like, tell me the story about how you made Butterfly. I want to hear it.
Easy. I had a crush on a guy that worked in McDonald's in Camberwell, South London. Had the demo of just me on the piano. So when I get to Philly, I'm like, oh, these guys are dope. Like now I can really flourish these ideas. So I give the idea to Dre, kind of have piano, keys, the whole chords thing. And he's like, yo, that's dope. We kind of collab on that, build the song out. And then Michael Jackson hears it because that demo is on the Floetic demo
exactly.
album to shut the deal. So Mike hears it by ways of John McClain that was signing us to DreamWorks. That would eventually get us signed to DreamWorks.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, Mike wants this record though. I'm like, oh, bet.
How does that feel? Like
crazy. What do you mean? I say it out loud.
Yeah, so I'm like, you like, it's like sometimes you drop, it's like, dog.
But for those that don't know, you have to understand that I'm 22, 23 at that time, and completely green to the industry, especially in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like this was a 2-week trip to Atlanta. I land in Philly. I'm telling my mother it's 2 weeks. Now it's been 4 weeks. Now it's a month. I mean, now it's a month or two. Now it's 3 months. Now it's, we might.
Now your mom's like, what the hell is going on with you?
I think I only went back home to renew a visa, came back, and by December I had a deal. And then by 2001, that's when I went in the studio with Mike, and I'm telling him what to do. I'm vocally coaching that whole thing, and him and I going back and forth from the backgrounds, and the rest is history. But it's like, that's where I started. That's before a Floetry album even came about. Like, it's just.
So that's the start.
How do you. You're 22. You're brand new. You went on a trip to Atlanta.
Free trip.
Free trip. And then a couple of months later, you're in the studio with Michael Jackson.
Yep.
Is that like not surreal? Like,
of course it is.
Was it a confirmation or awakening?
A combination of the both. Because I feel like along the way, I'd had awakenings. Because Butterflies in Camberwell, the street where the McDonald's is, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together until years later, the place is called Butterfly Walk. And I didn't even...
Wow.
That's
like
not
that, it wasn't even.
That's God. That's yes. I love that.
That's the awakening.
Yes.
So the awakening, that's happening throughout the journey.
Yeah.
The confirmation is when the king of pop tells you that that's great.
Yes.
And what I saw in it anyway.
Yeah.
I knew it was good. I knew it was from my heart, and I loved it. But to get confirmation and absolute validation from the king of pop. I mean, this isn't something that, Mike's heard my record and he likes it. No, we've recorded it. Not only have we recorded it, it's out. Like, you can press play and you can hear
and
Mike
y'all version is out too, and y'all version sounds
finest.
just as good. Yep.
Yes.
So the demo is pretty much what Mike heard to want to do it. So DreamWorks spin was like, no, we need to let people know that this girl, Marsha Ambrosius, wrote this amazing record for Michael Jackson. So listening to the demo and listening to his version, like, I still listen to that now, and it's just like, wow. Like, I'm wowed by it. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Like, I remember it because I was there, but like.
But it's still like, how the fuck did that really?
It really.
Because he passes away, and now he's gone. So it's like we were just in the event. L.A. Reid was just talking about Michael Jackson. I'm like, anytime somebody tell me that about Michael Jackson, I'm just jealous because I'm like, fuck. Because you got to remember, when you coming in the game, it's certain people you like, I know I'm going to meet him.
That's my goal.
I know when I get in the room with that person, that's it. And then he passed. And I remember I called Akon one day and he was with Mike. Close I ever got to him. I'm like, Akon, I need to talk to you. He's like, well, I'm with Mike right now. I'm like, nigga, you sitting with Michael Jackson? Like, he's sitting right next to you. I'm on the phone. He's like, yeah, well, what's up? I said, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, do you.
Do that.
Because whatever you have to say.
Talk to Michael Jackson.
It doesn't matter right now.
I promise you, whatever I got going on ain't as important.
Like, I would get calls from Mike. I would call Mike, like, actually far away. The idea that I had was supposed to be a duet. Michael Jackson was always supposed to do verse 2 of Far Away, and he passed away 2009. I wrote it like 2008. And I'm like, Jay, yo, you need to get Mike this record. Just say I have something. I said, yo, just, I'll reach out, connect the dots. You try and make sure that Michael Jackson's number's still working. And I still have Michael Jackson on my voicemail to this day. I'll never change it. And yeah, it's wild that throughout the years, I've been able to communicate with some of the greatest musicians on this planet. And yes, I elaborate on the story only for you to really let it set in that I started there. So I didn't really need to do
I was about to say, after you do that, like after you do that, how can anyone tell you? 22 now. Like, as an adult, it might be a little different, but when it's like, how does anybody tell? I just was in the studio with Michael Jackson and telling him and suggesting vocals for him to sing. How you gonna tell me something?
You can't can't tell me nothing.
You can't
Nothing.
like Kanye.
It's nothing.
There's nothing you can tell me.
No, and it wasn't even an arrogant thing. It was just I was young.
Yes.
But I'm floating around the world like I must be doing something okay. Like, okay, whether you like me, whether you think I'm cool, or whether you like it or not, Mike likes it.
Yes.
So who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
Marsh, I want you to do this, or no, like all the no's and the doors that may have been closed.
yeah,
Like,
they open.
okay. Not even they open.
Yeah.
Like, it's not
You
for
didn't
me
even care about it.
because Mike was for me. So if you're like,
Yes.
oh no, I'm like, okay.
You're lost.
Like,
You're
I'll
lost.
take the L.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Yeah.
on to the next, and something else will work.
And the best part, I have to ask a question. Does the kid at McDonald's know that he inspired the song that Michael Jackson song?
I keep bringing this up, man. Not only does he not know, I don't even know if I remember, like, I don't know his name. I just knew he was my neighbor's friend. Like, the kid, like, my mother knew the mother. I knew the kid, Mark, and it was that squad. Like, the fine South London boys,
Yeah.
2 slits in the eyebrows, high tops with the, like, just 90s.
Yes.
It's quintessential Mr. Dalvin Devontae's running around South
Yes.
London, and he was one of them. And I don't know if you'll ever know that.
So I'm asking you, so are you at this age discovering yourself as a writer? Are you discovered as a writer? Are you like, let me see it? Is it something that people around you are like, you're great at? Like, because you wrote it at 16. And by the way, that makes sense because the concept of nothing is sweeter than a woman telling you, you give me butterflies. Like that's like that's the pinnacle of innocence.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, did you know that you were like, I'm just curious.
I don't know. That's a tough one to even answer. I just knew I was being honest with my emotions. So I feel like any creative that, will go into the studio with a premeditated notion that, I want to make a song that makes everyone feel like this, or I feel like it's either a turn up, a turn down, a turn on. Like, what's the hook?
What's the emotion? Yep.
Sometimes your actual feelings have to dictate that.
Yeah.
You go in the studio thinking one thing, and someone will play a chord or hear a beat, and it will strike a nerve or bring up an old memory. Like something. So I just go with the feeling.
Yeah.
Especially even when I'm writing for other people. Like, if I had to write a song for you, you have to let me know where you're at in your life. Because I could write you what I think.
Yes.
But you have to believe it. And if it's not yours, you'll never be able to pull it off. You won't sustain it. You won't be able to believe this. This is not something you can sing years from now. Like, I've made music that I meant in the moment, understood that I wasn't the only person that felt that way. And if I could continue to do that, my music would sustain the test of time.
The key to being a great creative, you have to be emotionally vulnerable. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to, like, you can lie to the world, but if you can't be honest with yourself and with your feelings, you're never going to be able to express those words. And someone that manages songwriters, have developed them, nothing to me is, from a creative standpoint, is closer to God than writing songs.
Man.
Movies, no, because let me tell you why. Because I can play a song for you right now that make you want to get up and dance. Turn it off, play a song that reminds you of a family member that passed away and instantly make you cry. Music is that powerful, but it's the words. Like, imagine somebody giving you words to say, to express yourself. Like, it's like, it's to me, it's the hardest thing to do. It's harder than writing a book. It's harder than anything because you only got 4 bars. I mean, it's like I gotta tell a whole story in about 30 words. Like, it's like, and I gotta make sure it sings right.
Right.
I gotta make sure. That's why. But that comes if you're sincere.
Right.
If you're like you're one of the GOATs, Adele. Very, like, she's in the GOAT. Very, like, expressive. Like, Butterflies is in the same world to me as Someone Like You, where it's like, it's just so sincere. It's like, how does a tainted heart write those lyrics? You follow me? Because you're a writer, so you understand what I'm trying to say. And there's a lot of evil artists out here who's using it for negative.
You know what? It's not evil artists. And I've
evil
spoken
music
on this a little bit. The evil music you speak of, And this is by no means trying to excuse the behaviors.
For sure.
But circumstance does play into why evil music is happening and why this frequency is so readily available. And I'd say post-pandemic and close to round about that time, no kids in this generation are looking at the future. They're not writing for tomorrow.
We wasn't either.
Like,
it was just making what you felt that day. Yep.
it's that day, but our generation and generations before was speaking that long-term love. Like, will you still love me tomorrow?
Yep.
But that tomorrow wasn't literally tomorrow.
It could have been next year.
Tomorrow was our future. Are we gonna have kids? Do we have grandbabies? Do we retire together?
Yeah.
That's that music. These kids about tomorrow is, I don't know, I'm shooting everybody.
Yeah.
I'm robbing a bank, selling drugs, something.
Yeah.
YOLO.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yep.
Tomorrow,
Yep.
literally.
Yep.
So I don't think the music created now from that frequency can be played 24 years from now. My version of that was Say Yes.
Yes.
It was Butterflies.
Yes.
It was Getting Late. It's Hello.
Timeless
it's Hey
music.
You. But that was my tomorrow. And I was 23. So it's inexcusable to say, oh, it's a young thing.
Yeah.
It's a time thing.
It is though. It's a place in life. But I thought like that. But then in today's world, why don't we have a Lauren? Like someone who's just expressive about like what it's like being like Lauren really made us think about it. And she was a kid. You see what I'm trying to say? Like you still
really wanna
sat
know
down.
why?
Tell me, I want to hear.
Really want to know?
I really
why?
want to know. Let's go.
With all the frequencies that have disrupted positivity, it's easier for you to acknowledge someone that would twerk, turn up, show every piece of art that there is available.
Yeah.
Because they've cheapened the idea of woman being sacred. So you say Lauren can't be Lauren if you don't allow me to allow me to be a Lauren.
Yes.
And that's what's happened.
And that's
we
why
put a price tag on us as artists. And if you're just giving it away, and this is across the board.
For sure.
This is from how you've streamed music now. Before you had to pay your 99 cents just for me.
Yep.
Now you can subscribe $9.99
For everything
and
in the
get
world.
Everyone.
Everything.
So understand what that did to not only our musical
Yes.
dollar,
Yep.
what it did to the art.
Yep.
So now you're just giving me for free. Well,
Yeah.
I may as well sell ours now.
But
So no, Lauren doesn't exist.
But
because of
what
that.
you just said to me is why I said evil, because they're not even allowing it to breathe. Like there is somebody in power who can say, where is that? And by the way, and there is a development piece to it. There is a I can help you. What you're doing is great, but let me show you, or let me put you in a room with a Rodney Jerkins, a Timbaland. Let me support you with someone that's gonna help you express yourself. But we don't. It's almost like how they say bad news travels the world 3 times before good news
beats you
does.
home.
So for me, it's like when I'm listening to you, like I feel so good right now because like I feel like I'm sitting next to pureness. And pureness doesn't mean great or pureness doesn't mean bad. Pureness just means I'm me. And I know I'm not that.
Right.
And I'm not gonna do that. But you've also made
If I had a big enough ass, it would be out there. No.
Oh, man.
Look, I say all that to say I'm not shading anyone
for sure.
that feels as sexually free and as expressive as that is. What I'm saying is the industry put a price tag on that, and the price tag is free.
Yes.
At the very least, put your price tag on it.
Yeah.
You can have it all.
Yeah.
It comes at a price.
Yes.
So now that it's free, what is that actually costing you?
Yep.
So I want 20 years from now, anyone that is free and expressive and it's not about your body no more.
Yeah.
Where is your mind
Yeah.
at? Because I know what I was doing in my 20s. I know what I was doing 07 in ATL. And it's not on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Thank
we
God.
got into some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that,
We was
yeah.
on our shit
Yes.
back then. And
Yes.
that's okay.
Yeah.
But
You was lame if you put your camera out. Who this lame ass nigga putting his camera out?
Who's doing that?
Who's he? Not everybody. Now if you don't put your camera out, we don't even trust you. Like, what's this nigga camera
Like,
at?
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, we live in the twilight zone. Everything that we knew was
Every
different.
Every move you seriously. So I wish a Lauren. I wish for our Laurens. Pray for our Laurens.
Yes.
They're
Actually,
there.
we
They exist.
We want and we
just
want to
can't
support you.
see them
Yeah.
because what's free
Yeah.
is so readily available and accessible.
Yeah.
I have to swipe a million times to find that magic.
Yes.
Because there's so much noise.
Because it's so.
So when I do
yeah.
find it, I'm like, so something is a breath of fresh air and it's refreshing. Like, someone's real and honest and just cool. Like,
Yes.
it's not cool to be cool no more.
It's not cool to be. It's not cool to be. It feel like it's not cool to be an individual. It's not cool. Like it's even if you look at like the sidebar. When you look at cancel culture, it is rooted in you don't think like me. Cancel him, and it's like, bro, like we all were different. Like we didn't know what our neighbors
That's
thought.
my issue. We never had to agree.
We did. It
All
was.
different people.
Yes.
Like it's okay to be. It's not a right or wrong thing. Whatever your opinion
Whatever it
is,
works
be
for you.
free for your opinion. But
Yes.
I'm like, wow, that's crazy. I don't even think like that.
Yeah. Thanks
Tell
for
me
that.
more.
Thanks,
You know
thanks
what I
for
mean?
that thought
Keep it
process.
moving.
Even if I don't like it.
But why are we tuned in? Why am I'm taking so much energy
Yeah.
to not like what someone else thinks or feels? It comes back to Michael Jackson told me I was excellent. Stevie Wonder told me I was excellent. Dr. Dre today, like we have an album dropping June 28th. Today, 24 years later, tells me I'm great, but I want to listen to the internet or noise. You're like, you know what? I don't bang with her.
I just want you to know, in man's world, pardon my French, we call what you just did put my dick on the table. Let me let y'all niggas know who I am.
Light flex.
Here.
Light flex.
Michael Jackson told me I was great. Dr.
was
Dre
just giving-
tells me I'm great. Like it's like
Stevie
that,
Wonder,
if a
Stevie
nigga
Wonder.
did that, every nigga be like, all right, bro, you got it, bro, you got it. That was amazing. You can literally say Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, they told me I was great. That's incredible.
So it's from 2000, mind you.
Yes.
This is 24 years of my true heroes. If anyone has ever asked me, it's Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Prince, no order. They are the three, and there are pockets. They're the umbrellas and everyone else that does what they do. For me.
Oh, no, I'm glad you said that. Which umbrella are you under?
It's a combination of the three.
So you got them all in you.
It's a wild umbrella.
Yes.
It's a crazy design. It's the 3-tiered chandelier thing. But Mike, the level of stardom.
Yes.
From yay high to
9 years old to the day he died.
like, it don't make no sense. Stevie, how dare you write songs that we can see better than we see ourselves? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I saw another songwriter, Jasper. He said something about Stevie Wonder that I thought was like incredible. He said lately is one of the greatest R&B songs ever, if not the number one. And it was like, why? He was like, because he started breaking down the lyrics. That's why I'm telling you, songwriters are special because you have to pay attention to the lyrics. And I think I'm like a shark, but a shark when it comes to that. And then here come a dude that does it. And he points it out. I'm like, damn nigga, damn Jasper. But he said that, he was like, far more frequently you're wearing perfume. And he was like, you got to think about that for a second.
Right.
He could not see her.
Right.
He couldn't see what she was wearing, so he could smell her when she was leaving out the house. And it's like, to be
I'm noticing,
to
right,
be that
something
conscious to say far more frequently you're wearing perfume.
And with you say,
yes,
a special place to go. Like, you're telling me you don't have nothing to do, but I notice this difference in us and our interaction and relationship. Like I said, that man can see better than we can see.
Yes.
Through the music that he created.
And I'm gonna tell you something. I was just telling my girl, we were just talking about that. While I was like, I was like, you realize that we was in the room with Stevie Wonder? I'm like, I know that might not feel. I'm like, it was a party, but I'm like, nigga, Stevie Wonder is sitting right there. He wasn't standing up. He was just sitting on the couch. I'm like, I can't believe I was in the room with him. Let alone he told me I was great.
sharing.
How the
space.
fuck do you not walk around acting like Kanye West? Like, how do you not walk around acting
well,
like
he's a Gemini. I'm a Leo. I've preserved my crazy
Leos.
in such a way.
I mean, whoever your man is, that you crazy behind some closed doors.
Oh yeah, that I'm not gonna deny. But no, it's this level of peace, and like you say, the awakening.
Yes.
And confirmation.
Yes.
In the same thing. I've done some things. I've been validated and approved by my greats.
Yes.
So
our greats.
Everybody's
Don't say
greats.
my
It's not
greats.
just my right.
Ours.
It's wild to think of it like that. So I just have to just sometimes take a back seat and be like, "Thank you, life."
I just gotta ask a question. This might be hard, but I feel like it's not because you are an actual purist. Give me one song from each that you want to be your song or wish was your song.
Oh my God. So for Mike, it's always been "I Can't Help It," and that's crazy that Stevie Wonder wrote that.
Get the
Yep.
Yeah. So that's always been that thing. Prince, "Take Me With You" is like.
the chords are just so perfect, right?
It's perfect.
Yeah. I got goosebumps all over my arms right now. That's crazy.
Stevie, now this is difficult because this man's catalog is just extensive. Make Sure You're Sure from the Jungle Fever soundtrack. And Where Were You When I Needed You, Superwoman. My top two. Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah. Make Sure You're Sure is another one where he could see.
Yeah.
We saw that entire thing played out.
Have you ever met Prince?
Oh yeah, several times. We used to chill at the house,
Motherfucker
like
said it like, what you talking about, nigga? Yeah.
oh yeah, all three of them. Like I've really had great relationships with and spoken to. Prince and I spoke often, and
I got a question after you finish. I got one question. So funny.
no, go ahead, ask it first because I can go.
Did he? No, I want you to go. But like, did he? Like, obviously, so I don't know Prince. Never met him. But I'm a study. I study all of these guys. And the one thing about Prince that I realized was that Prince was like slick funny.
Oh man.
He was like low. He was almost like he was what how these chicks be trying to be shady. Like,
Oh no.
he was the first.
The king.
He's the first. So I'm asking you.
The king of shade.
So I'm asking you. You meet Prince for the first time. Prince knows you wrote a record at 16 for My Rival. Does he say anything about
He didn't. We didn't even talk about that. When I met Prince for the first time, it was Grammy week, but that's when Grammys was in New York.
Yes.
I want to say
Yep.
early 2000s. So I think we'd just been nominated, like maybe for the first album or something like that. And BB King's, oh man, BB King's ain't even there in New York no more.
42nd Street,
But
Times
yeah,
Square.
BB King's had the after party downstairs, and someone had kind of whispered like, "Hey, Prince wants to." I'm like,
Hold on. What's my whisper? What?
Like Prince wants to meet you, and I was like, "What, Prince?" So I'm panicking, like, "Okay, Marsh, you've waited your entire life for this moment. Like, what are you even gonna say? It doesn't even matter. Let's just go." So I go to meet him. Like the security guards clear, and it's him, and he glows.
I would say, did he have a purple? Or is
No, I mean I saw a purple glow. I don't know what he was wearing.
Yes.
Sure, it glowed for me. It was like a slow motion movie, and he said, "I really love your," Prince's voice. I really love your voice.
Yeah.
Like, I really love your voice. You sound Saudi Arabian. The way you use your scales,
Yeah.
the way you intricately move between the notes, and I was just like.
I'm sorry. You know you're Prince, right? Exactly. Yeah.
I love you at the end. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's what I said, but I know I cried a majority of that night. Happy tears, of course, but it was just like an awakening.
Yes.
Because he could see me.
Yes.
He could hear me. And yes, those inflections were purposeful.
I was about to say they had to almost be the confirmations that you needed,
right?
Because obviously you're different. You like, I feel like I hate to use this guy as an example. This is the importance of artists. I'm I'm in the studio with R. Kelly one night, and Kells is talking to an artist I just signed. And R. Kelly tells the kid, he says, like I swear. What's good, everybody? This is Ray Daniels, aka the Culture Referee. And if you were wondering who this beautiful woman sitting next to me is my sister Tiffany Daniels Sy. Let's give it up for my sister. Everybody can clap. This is good. And my sister she's the most talented person in the family, and we started a family business, a signature scent company. So if you like smoke a lot of weed in your car and you want to get the scent out, you have to check out these scents. I know guys that use it for the weed. I know people that use it for cologne, and everywhere they go to get compliments. We make candles. We make
room sprays. We got them in kits. So if you want to buy something for your loved one or anybody that you care about, hit us up, LorraineCo.com.
We're going to put the website at the bottom of it. But support this black business, support this black woman, and order, I promise you guys. As a matter of fact, use the word GOATs, and we'll give you 15% off. I just made that up, so if my sister's face looks crazy, don't get mad at her. I'll eat that. But guys, when I tell you this shit is incredible, you really should check this out.
The best scents ever.
LorraineCo.com, and we'll put it at the bottom of the screen. Thank you.
Thanks.
It was like a weird moment, but I'm like, he tells the kid, "Hey boy, you're an alien," and the artist was like kind of like almost like, "How the fuck did you figure that out?
Right.
Like how'd you know that?" And Kels was like, "You an alien, boy. You ain't talented. You an alien." He's like, "How you know?" He said, "Cause I'm an alien and I can recognize one." And that's why L.A. Reid always taught me, always listen to the artists because they know. When L.A. always tells a story, he said, "I remember we had a few artists, but it was Beyonce that kept saying, that Rihanna girl is special." That's what really made him kind of focus on it. Because Beyonce was like, something about her. Because, obviously y'all pushing the other girls, but that Rihanna girl, LA was like, he always held on to that. So hearing, like, you probably spot artists like, you're different.
Yeah.
Is you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, it's like
we
y'all
acknowledge the thing that we all kind of have
Yes.
where all those like-minded people meet. Like, Dre says that about me.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, you an alien.
Yeah, you different.
You out of this world. Like, you don't think
Yeah.
regular.
Yeah.
Like, you're not human.
Yeah.
And I get that. Because when you're a creator, so when you're in the studio or when you're writing anywhere, when that idea comes, it's not from you. It's such an but it's yours, but it doesn't.
But somebody, God sent it to you.
Because there's no way I could just come with these chords, this melody, this story, all of these things in one, and it be so for sure, like dead on.
Yeah.
And like usually when I write, it's not just the idea, it's the entire movie. Like I see the entire scope, like beginning to end, and that right there is where Alien, yes, God, absolutely.
Exactly. Nah, but you definitely have something unique. Let me ask you, you are the person, like every rapper, every credible, true, real rapper, you're on their list of voices they want to work with. Who's on your list of rappers that you like, I want to get in the studio with them?
I did them all.
All?
There's like the top ones that I would go, oh, I have to Jay-Z, I have to
You did that.
Nas, I have to like.
Everybody's just like, what's your... I was hoping you was gonna say something like Soulja Boy, I think me and I'm like, I'm just waiting. I was just hoping you was gonna be like, I want to get in a room with somebody.
I learned the Soulja Boy dance at Doppler Studios in the parking lot. Thank you, Sterling. He literally, he was like, you don't know the Soulja Boy? I was with you. Like, we Soulja Boy'd that hoe at Doppler Studios in 8 years. Seriously.
I love that.
Over some what were we drinking? Grey Goose pear and ginger ale.
So I'm gonna bring something up to you. I'm a huge podcast fan, and I'm only bringing this up to you because I'm speaking from a fan standpoint. As someone that's a fan of you, that I've been in a room with you, and you know how this is. You be in a room with people, you could kind of tell that's a bitch. Or he's an asshole. He's a dick. So I was watching an interview. Amanda Seales was talking about her experience with you, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a little frustrated watching it, and I remember telling my lady, I was like, Marsha's like the sweetest human being I've ever met in my life. So I didn't like, as a fan, I didn't like the picture that was painted of you. I just didn't like it.
That's her painting.
Yeah.
Every artist is gonna make up what they thought that moment was for them. And, you know, I did end up watching the interview, but I'm fast forwarding into 17 years later from that 3-week moment. It was 3
Hold on, it was
weeks
only 3 weeks?
in the summer of 2007 was the tour. Yes, we met prior to that, but the tour itself was 3 weeks, and the bottom line is it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
From label standpoint, management standpoint, Floetry fans standpoint, it didn't work out. And I have a total different recollection and painting of what that was. You know what I'm saying?
But,
so I get you saying, oh, you can tell who's a bitch. No, if you didn't know me, you wouldn't know that I was like this.
Yeah.
Barely people have heard me. I wasn't the speaker, the vocal point of Floetry at one point. Like, you didn't hear me speak in interviews.
Yeah.
Mostly the flowist. She's the poet. She's
She was the rap personality.
I'm gonna sing. So that was my niche, and I stuck to that. So by the time I'm in my element, and I am the songstress of Floetry, and it's 2007, and I've done all of these things. It's already Michael Jackson. It's already Prince. It's already Stevie. It's already the things. I'm already. Everything is just. Oh, this doesn't work, you know, like
it became,
damn,
I got you.
You know, so I'm like, okay, so I've moved on 17 years later, and I can't help how people feel. You know what I'm saying?
But my only thing was, if you're in this business, you got to be smart enough to know that when there are a lot of moving parts, people don't know everything. That's what I'm saying. So like, I can easily paint the picture of like Rick knew. It's like, how do I know Rick knew unless I heard someone tell Rick? That's the part I didn't like. It was if it was that was my experience, it was that. But it was almost like that was my experience, and she did nothing or whatever was said. I'm like, how the fuck do you even know?
That, and that's right. So, and that's that. But I can't speak on her experience. I can only speak for myself. And
is that the moment that made you say, I'm going to just be Marsha?
I'm 17 years healed, or not even thinking about 07 like that. My 07 is Doppler and doing the Soldier Boy in the parking lot and like Magic City Chicken Wings, like
Magic City Chicken Wings.
I know that's right.
The original.
The original.
Not the Lemon Pepper's the original. So I'm just in a different space. Like,
and I always say you can tell what people are in life and by what they bring up, but I'm just saying on record, since I've known you, I've been in sessions with you, and you've always been the person I've met, and I've been in scenarios where you didn't have to be. So I want to say that on record because you've always been. I appreciate that, and you don't listen. It's okay. Like it's like I think people have to say they want to take sides or hear one story, or like I said. I'm cool. You're in a good space.
Like okay.
That's how motherfuckers talk. They just in a good space. What happened? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Great.
That's cool.
They be like, yo, I gotta tell you what happened. Hold up, where's my coffee though?
Right.
My coffee. Okay, thank you. What happened?
Please.
Yeah.
I'm like, Kendrick and Drake are beefing.
Yes.
There was so much things going on planet Earth where I'm
So from 07, fast forward just a little bit, we get to 2011. You go and record your first solo LP, Late Nights, Early Mornings. Talk us through that. What was your mindset? What was the process?
It was a process, but I got there in the end. I feel like there was so many different voices pushing me into this solo artist space that I was over that.
Yeah.
I was literally in a group with a poet on purpose. It's the biggest invisibility cloak I could have ever had. And I say that because I wanted to create something that was innovative and different. So I had the songs, I'd produced some things, and it was like, hey, I want you to put some poetry to this music, and that's how Floetry happens. Outside of that, I wanted to be a solo artist when I was like 19. When I was trying to be Lauren. When I had an 6 bar.
I'm about to say, you rapping? What? I need to hear that.
You can Google it right now. It's called Is This Real by Marsha. It wasn't even Marsha Ambrosius. Just Marsha.
I got you.
Is This Real? It was on WEA Records. I was rapping, and it's still a buck, by the way. Rapping and singing, but there was no space for that in the UK at the time. No one was accepting Laurens back then.
Yeah.
So fast forward to, I've tore ligaments. I'm not hooping anymore. I'm making music professionally. I have my first publishing deal. And that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to be Quincy Jones. I still have my mood board when I was a kid, Quincy Jones.
Oh, you said you hooped.
Yeah, that was first love. First love was hoop.
So are you still a basketball fan?
Fan, and yeah, absolutely.
Who's your team?
Players more so than the team?
Well, she's from the UK, so who's your favorite players?
Well, this is the thing. I got to Philly 2000.
Oh,
so
AI.
I only got to ask the question.
No, but I got to see firsthand. Not only, I'm not saying AI is my favorite player, but I was in the club with AI, and we are the same height.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that and seeing what he's doing on the floor to the Shaqs, the Kobe's.
Yeah.
I'm like, this man is
Pound for pound, one of the best to ever do it.
unreal.
Yeah.
Not unreal because I'm no shade Aaron McKee, no shade Eric Snow.
Say the
She's a
truth.
basketball fan. She said
She's
it's
talking
teammates.
facts
Let's
right now.
go.
You hear what I'm
Yes,
saying
let's
about
go.
that's supposed
Yeah.
to be your triangle?
Yeah.
Yes, Matumbo, but okay. Like
He dragged the poo-poo pad to the finals.
Yeah. Yep.
No, and AI was, the city was on fire. I've seen nothing like it.
Yeah,
You
he's
know what I
amazing.
mean? So AI, much respect to seeing him firsthand doing what he was doing.
Who was your game named after? Like, who would you say your game was?
I'm a shooter.
Klay Thompson.
Steph Curry.
But me and my brother, we really could be the splash brother and sister. My brother could really shoot. So that's funny. Like the most light-skinned ballers ever. Like Clay and Steph. Yeah, we could be Clay and Steph. I'd say that. There you go.
Why did, I'm just curious from a industry standpoint, why did you guys feel like, or did you feel like you had to leave the UK to get on? And I'm asking that because the UK feels like true R&B lives there.
I can't even be part of that conversation.
Okay.
Because not only did the UK not give us any, when I say not give us any love, we were doing underground shows. It comes back down to the free flight. It comes back down to opportunity and the timing of it all. Had we stayed in the UK, maybe something would have panned out.
Yeah.
History won't tell that story though, so I could never tell. So
Yeah.
I think it's my family that gets the, why didn't the UK embrace you after the fact? I don't think anyone cared that we were British.
Yeah.
They just loved the music so much and said it was dope. It was never just a
It was
gimmicky
just, it was
thing,
y'all was
like,
different.
Yeah, it was just different.
It was
So-
different, and Michael Jackson co-signed it. That's all we needed to hear.
That's it.
that was-
And that was all we needed to know.
The rest is history.
The rest is history,
So
yep.
me doing the solo thing was terrifying. I was like, oh, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I like standing stage left with my eyes closed and not having to do much but be in my feelings. And I was like, no, you could move that microphone to center stage
Yeah,
and do the same thing.
exactly.
So once I began writing again, and we get to late nights and early mornings, we went on so many tangents just then. But when we get to late nights and early mornings, it's all of those things though, because I had to take all of those things into account: the heartbreak, the hoop dreams, the what's my story? Because this is my first album, so what am I actually saying? And I was like, who do I get to produce this thing? And I was like, bitch, you, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, get to it.
Yeah.
So I did, and I produced and wrote 89% of that thing. So it just began organically. I remember I got the track from Rich Harrison, which then became the title track. So I was like, oh, late nights, early mornings. So that happens. I went in for a couple of weeks with Just Blaze. Far Away happens, and 1500 and Nothing. We're working
Love them.
with him
Yep.
simultaneously. So we get to do, the games, Why You Hate the Game during that time also. And that kind of spearheaded my affinity and affiliation with rap hooks, and it just kind of did this, like, I need that Why You Hate the Game. So now it's Nas, now it's Common, now it's everyone. Now I have a hook with everybody. So all of these things were happening for late nights and early mornings. I was in with Alicia Keys for her As I Am album. We do Go Ahead, but then I wrote a ballad called With You, and she actually recorded it first. And I was like, Alicia, you have to do this record. This thing changes everything for you. Like, she just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Let me have it back though.
Exactly,
And
right.
she, with her blessing,
Take
I'll take it back.
Yeah.
And ended up doing that, and it's a beautiful song that starts the album. Anticipation, the intro for that album, I actually wanted, it used to be called Stars, and it still says Stars in my iTunes featuring Prince, because I wanted him to do the guitar solo on the end. And I never got to get that done before we went to mixing and mastering, and I was very upset. And it really was respectfully, you working with a label?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
And I had to take that.
Yeah.
I said,
Prince was a real
nigga,
one, bro.
He was a
but
real
it's,
one.
I'm here for you.
Yes.
And absolutely was.
Yes.
Like, this man was in Philly doing a show and called me out from the audience at the Electric Factory. All I heard is him say, like, I heard Marsha Ambrosius is in the house. And then he said it again. I was like, I heard my name, like, and I'm looking around like, who's
Okay,
she
what's
at?
going on?
Like, where's she at? Oh, me. When I realized he meant get up on stage with him and rock, I ran through that crowd like The Price is Right. Like,
Right. Come on down.
Fix your hair and shit.
all at the same time as late nights and early mornings. So I'm getting all of these nods of approval, like, no, it's you, it's you, it's you. I had a great conversation with him, and we had an after party at, was it 32 Degrees on Market and Chestnut. Crazy little dingy spot in Philly, but here's Prince. All of my homies dying, just passing out, fainting. Like, it's Prince. Just, yeah, it was ridiculous. But there's me having a conversation like, I've just recorded this album, signing to J Records. Peter Edge is over there. Feel like it's a good fit. Looks like they're gonna do right by this project, and hope she cheats on you with a basketball player happens. And that's by way of a Ustream Live freestyle.
Yeah.
And I just thought the song was funny until it was on the radio, like in mix shows. No single, no video, no nothing. And this thing is like top 10.
Just going.
And I'm like, ah. So we follow it up with our Far Away. Far Away takes off as number one. So it got time and effort to get to that space, but classic nonetheless.
I have a question. You ooze. Am I tripping, Rick? Does she not ooze creative?
No question.
Okay, I feel like you breathe creative. How do you pick the time to come out? Because it feels like you do it. It feels like it just come out of you. But is it like I gotta muster up the energy to do this shit? Because like, how do you decide like it's time to go?
God decides. Like, even when I've wanted to sit down and deny the feeling, those stories, those melodies, those things, they come out of thin air. Like, I've walked around Sam's Club or Walmart with my phone in my hand, voice noting something, because whatever was playing on the loudspeakers or a melody of someone's voice has reminded me of something, and I've heard a pattern with someone's steps, and I'm like, oh, that sounds that once, and I'll play it back like, what was I thinking? And I will remember, even with the little melody, what the story was behind that. I'll go, oh yeah, Walmart, that person was walking, they said yes, and da-da-da. It just happens. And I just have to receive these messages in whatever form
And then at that moment you say, you know what, I have enough messages, it's time for me to make an album.
Because they'll keep happening to the point where when I do ignore them and I forget one, I feel like that's God saying, see?
I get that.
Yeah,
I
like,
get that.
please give me. I know that one it wasn't it. It wasn't for you. I gave it to someone else already. Like,
I love that. I always say we're all on God's timing, and we like to think we're not. We like to think we're in control, but we have no control.
Ooh,
Once you accept that you have no control, life becomes so much better.
It does.
Because it's like, you know what? That's not in my hands no more.
None of it is.
Yeah, it's like,
ultimately, it really is. Cool.
Whatever. I guess so. Like, I get it. It's like, I'm just wondering, I'm like, it oozes out of you. You know, you remind me of you, the female Dr. Dre. That's crazy that y'all, that's crazy that y'all got an album out, right? It's crazy that y'all got an album drop, because Dr. Dre is known for like, if you don't know, Dr. Dre is in the studio every day. He's working every day creating. Yeah. That shit might not come out until he feels like it.
Shoot, some people may never
So
hear
it's
it.
not God's time, it's Dre's time.
It's Dre's time.
So that's why this album, well, no, I'm not going to say that. I will.
The only thing longer than God's timing is Dre's time.
Dre time.
I think Dre accept that.
Yeah, that's the exception
What is it
to
like
the rule.
both of y'all being so creative in the studio together? I would love to be a fly on the wall of that studio session.
It was musical soulmates. Like, once we had what it was that we were gonna do, like you said, when God got it, it was like, just go. There's the piano, there's the strings, there's the horns, there's that beat knocking right at the right time. There's the dropout. There's the symphony happening at the end, going into another melody and another title. And it was just magic. Like, I've had it with myself. I can say that I've had it with Andre Harris. I can say that on stage during performance, I had that with the Flow Assist. I can say that I've had that with Just Blaze, several other producers that I could name, but true ones that really understood it, where it was like, yo, this is bigger than us. This is where I get a Say Yes from, or a Butterflies. This is where I get a Far Away from. Getting a Casablanco out of Dr. Dre. When you press play on this, you're like, yo, Dre did this?
Yes.
I don't think anyone's heard him do this, but it took me to get it there, but it also took him to get it way there.
Yeah, because he's finishing. Like, he's a finisher.
Closer. Absolute closer. So by the time we do, it literally took a year and some change to clear. Because when we were doing it, I'm like, oh, this is just a passion project.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I can take Duke Ellington, Wu-Tang, Michael Jackson, George Benson, Patrice Rushen, and everybody else in one song.
Yeah.
And that's just one set of credits. That's without me adding original pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
It's the literal how dare you album of all time.
I love
sure it will be in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most samples on any record that there ever was. Like, maybe more than Public Enemy, the first album.
Wow.
Maybe.
You know how I feel about Public Enemy.
Yeah.
So you know how I feel about Public
Remember
Enemy.
them credits? It was like James Brown, Funkadelic.
Literally on every song.
This album goes above and beyond. I even had to sample myself and get clearance.
I love that. And I love the and we was
like,
listening to it. I love the Mary reference. Got work to dog. That's one of my favorite Mary records. I think that is my favorite Mary J. Blige record of all time.
You can go through my interviews throughout life, and I will always say Queen Mary, Queen Mary. She knows. She knows.
Yeah.
So this album for me is a thank you to everyone that I've creatively aspired to create for, be around, be respected by, and just a thank you. Like, if the world was gonna end tomorrow and this album is my lost, there it is.
Going out with a bang.
I'm cool. I will be absolutely okay with that.
It's
If
like, how
I
do you
never
top
another-
everything you've done? How do you top that?
Even if there was a follow-up album to this, it would just be trying to repeat what we did again. And we'd just make more good music, great music. This is the first one, though.
So let me ask you.
One of one.
So you're in the so figuratively speaking, you're in the studio. Dre has a lot of collaborators around. Are they looking at you like, how the fuck she getting the album out? Like, we've been working on the album for 30 fucking years. How the fuck did she get in here and get an album out? And it's with Aftermath. So it's like, it's not like he gave you the album and you went and made it. You still needed him. Like, I know people looking like, what the fuck did you do?
I can't do anything about that being a feeling for anyone to have. That part's not on me.
Yeah.
Dre says it's Dre time, it's Dre time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, there's been people that have been working on things that should have been, that could have been. Dre literally said it himself. He was like, sometimes I create and I want to make music that's just for me.
Yeah.
He may have released 2% of the music that he's created. And within that 2%, has dared to make 5 other billionaires. The nerve.
The
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
nerve of
That
it.
was
The
a
nerve.
bar. That was a bar.
Like, absolute nerve. So to be a fraction of that, 2%, 3% now, why not? Why not me? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Other people wanted that shot, and I am the only one that has a full album produced by Dr. Dre.
Coming out.
That's coming.
With a release date.
We got a song. We got a release date.
How many days? We have 16 days.
Oh, man.
You
Let's
never
just
know
keep our
what's
fingers
gonna
crossed.
happen in
Hey,
these 16
upload it to
days.
the DSPs. Let's please make sure.
Everything
Come on,
happened in
Kaditha.
16 days.
He might come and be like, y'all want to mix something again? No.
No, we good. We good. Right here.
I just finna do an interview. I got an idea, though. Trust me.
And
Dre, you
that's
ain't gonna do this shit to me.
exactly how it's been, how it goes. But with this album, when I tell you, we recorded that first song April 16th, 2021, or somewhere around there. And we knew, so we had to follow it up with more. We had to, because of how magic it felt. So by the time we get to song 8 or 9, he's looking at me like, see, I told him I wanted to quit. I was like, I want to get my Quincy Jones on. I'm good. I just want to be a producer. I just want to be a writer. I've achieved everything I wanted to achieve in this game. There's nothing that's going to make me
I was just about to ask you. That was going to be my question for you. Is there anything that you want to accomplish that you like, I just want, that's on my bucket list?
Maybe it is this. And I didn't know that this was the bucket list. Like, let me see through this Dre thing that's been whispered about, that may have been a thing, may not be a thing. Maybe timing. You say God's timing. Maybe Dre's timing is truly a real thing.
It seems to be a
And
real
I had to
thing.
wait for Dre's timing. We literally had to have COVID happen, pandemic, health scares, brain aneurysms, and say, you know what? This is it. May as well go out with a bang.
Crazy.
We said we was going to do it, so let's go ahead and do it. And we did. And we got to that 11th song. And for me to say, yo, Dre, that's it, we're done. So that's it.
You said you were done.
No,
Shit.
I
already
didn't say
Dre's
I'm
on Marsha's
done.
timing.
Right. So I didn't say I'm done. I said we're done.
Yeah.
So look at that. He has like the whiteboards in the studio, writes the titles. We had like the 2 palm trees. It said Casablanca in the middle. I said, look at it. And going through each title, we'd listen to it like for weeks. So sometimes we were supposed to create, and we would go in the studio, and we would just listen to it.
Yeah.
It's like, let's get a 27-piece orchestra. Bet. So that's what this needs. And that's what we did. Eric Gorfain on the string arrangement. Brought Eric in. He listened to the album, was composing, drawing up the charts for the rest of the team. We go to Gower Studios later on in the year, September-ish, and we do the strings. And that's when he's hype. He's on it. First of all, Dre don't post shit. He's like this, selfie, with an orchestra. Like, yo, this is some of my best work. I'm like, yo, you see what Dre posted? Like, we ain't cleared the song pool, nothing.
That's amazing.
Hype, because of what it felt like. There was no denying what it felt like. So everyone was like, yo, Dre was talking about this album in 2021. It took a year and some change just to clear it.
That's crazy.
It took several years, just health-wise, to get everything back together and back on track and just feel this happiness you see me exude, this peace that you feel from me.
I feel it. I feel peaceful right now.
It took some doing.
Yeah.
And I really, now that I'm on the other side of everything, I really can't tell you how I got here. It's been a crazy, wild journey, but I'm just glad that I'm in it and you feel it too.
Can I tell you what that tells me? To me, that reads, you've been present. Because a lot of the times we'll have good things happen for us, but our minds are on the trauma that we witnessed.
Right.
So now we're looking for the drama. When if you just stay present in the moment, it's like, this is really fucking good. Sometimes when I'm down on myself, I have to remind myself that when you were 21, you dreamed of everything you have.
Right.
And what they don't tell us is that when we dream, we don't dream bad shit in the dreams. The dream is like everything is nice and fluffy. So you don't think, you don't think about, I'm dropping the album with Dre. Right. Yes, that's the dream. You're going to spend 18 months working on clearing records. Fuck!
Yeah,
Why wasn't that in my dream? Like I should, you know what I mean? Like it's like, that's what it really is.
It's really, you're going to do an album with Dre, but 2 years before that, you almost going to die.
Yeah. What happened with your health, if you don't mind asking?
It's a long story, but I'm over the other side of that.
For sure.
And in such a space that even to think about where I was, it's night and day.
Can I just tell you, I just want to give you a pound for that. Can I tell you why? Because I went through the last I've been going through a transition because obviously I was like, I was a label exec, and obviously I've always had my management company. But when I left there, I remember I didn't want to do that no more, and that was my identity. That's all I knew,
Right.
and I was like, well, I don't want to do that no more, but I don't know what I want to do. So somebody just put a mic in front of me, ask me a
Right.
question. That's what I'm gonna do, and the journey. This couch is therapy for me,
Right.
because I'm watching you talk. Like, I speak that to everybody in my life. I'm like, get to the other side, bro. You gotta get to the other side because you're in it.
Yeah.
And it's over there. So when are you gonna start? You gotta start now.
And that's the thing with healing. It's whether or not that's what your end game is to do. Like, do you want to stay where you were at?
Yeah.
And that's cool.
When?
But
Like-
it's
I don't even want to think about my life before that, because this is my life now.
no.
And I'm happy
but you
in
can
it.
do it in a way where it's rewarding. You thank
Yes.
not your mistakes or any mishaps or any negativity that's ever happened in your life, but you can look back and go, thankfully, I made it through those moments, and I'm on the other side of it. So I pray for resolve for anybody. 'Cause it's love.
I could tell you're happy. And because I always say, there's certain thing, you can't take a happy motherfucker down a dark road. I'm happy. You ain't taking me down. I'm happy right now. You are not taking me
you
down that dark
can't.
road.
No.
They'll try.
You try. Like, don't get it fucked up. Like, everyone has their dark moments.
Yeah.
Like, there's down days. There
Yeah.
might be some tears,
Yeah.
but I feel like I was in a space before where it was just tears. It was just dark days, and I couldn't see the resolve. I couldn't
love
see
that.
my way out of it. I'm talking about screaming from the top of a mountain and that not helping. Screaming to the people that I love, crying out for some type of help and couldn't see it through.
Yeah.
But by the time I'm on the other side of that, not saying nothing triggers that, but when I see people who aren't there, that were in my life during that piece, I don't even want it. Like,
I gotta go.
I'm not there anymore.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Don't even bring it up.
I have to deflect it. It's not even don't bring it up. It's, I see what you're doing there. And
Yeah.
I've been there, and I'm so past it. I refuse to allow you to bring me right back to where it was.
Yeah, I worked
'Cause
too hard
it's
to get
gonna
out of that
be-
hole.
Then it's beef. Then it's
Yeah.
a fight.
It's a
Now I'm
beef.
gonna have
She
to
said
smack
from
you.
fight.
Like,
That shit escalated
Like,
real
in
quick.
my
Now it's
mind-
beef. Now we're
no.
fighting. Hold on. What? Who you talking about? You?
Yeah,
No,
but it's with anything.
Yeah.
But like, why? Why would you want to feel like that?
yeah.
But people test you in those ways, and it's like, but why?
Yeah, I love that. You're awesome. I just want to tell you that. And I'm genuinely happy for where you are as a black woman, because the world is not as kind.
Oh no.
And sometimes you got to fight the fucking world to show them that you're gonna be kind to me.
And do.
And I could tell you did, and you're over it. So I definitely want to give you kudos for that. There's a game we like to play.
Oh Lord.
Jack, did you talk about the game yet? No. Okay. So by the way, you don't have to play it. You
Go
don't have
ahead.
to play it.
Do
No,
you
I'm gonna tell you the game. I'm gonna give you the rules. The game is called Making the Cut, right? And we're gonna give you 3 options. Those 3 options might read like Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan. And you have to pick one that you're gonna sign. You have to pick one that you're gonna put into development, and you have to cut one.
Oh. Out of those 3, that's
Well, I'm not gonna give you that one, but you're a basketball fan, so I
Please
gave it to you. But if most pods, when they give you a game and they make you drink, they make you smoke. I don't do that. We have a nonprofit that we are partnered with. It's a Creative Academy, and every question I want to answer is a $20 donation to. You can't see it, bro. She can see it. It's right. It's a Cash App. She can see it. But we give you 3 options. We prefer you answer, and if you don't, the kids win no matter what. So I'm gonna give you like
come on,
4 or
kids,
5.
for the kids.
I'm gonna give you like 4 or 5. You ready?
For the kids.
By the way, Jack sent these to me, so.
Disclaimer.
I like to tell you that because he gonna
Right.
cut
He's
because
putting you
the
right
reason why-
under the bus.
The reason why I'm
Right under
hold
the
on,
bus.
on God,
Throw you.
on God. This is crazy. On God, I did not look at what he sent me. I just looked at it. Look at the 3 names he gave me.
I hate everyone.
He gave me AI, Kobe, and Mike. I just made that up. I didn't even know that was there, so I'm not gonna do that one. Not gonna do that. This nigga. Okay, I'm gonna make it.
You could.
I'm gonna go easy. I'm gonna go easy. Let's go easy. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
A Touch of Jazz, J Records, Aftermath.
I'm cutting J Records.
I knew that. I knew that was
And
coming.
A Touch of Jazz in development and sign out.
We fucking with the Aftermath.
Yeah.
I love you.
Out of those choices, for sure.
I love you. You're so amazing. All right. Hard one. Really hard. Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston.
Sign Whitney. Now, hear me out.
It's your
Hear me
fault.
out.
It's you. The floor is
Hear me
yours.
out.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
I cut Mariah because I know that she's going to be okay.
That's a good answer.
I know that's right.
I cut Mariah because I don't have enough room on my roster because I already have Whitney,
I got
so
you.
my rival label,
Yes.
ooh, we going to battle for that 1-2 spot forever, but I'm
love it.
developing Mary.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Couple more. This one, I don't know about this one, Jack. I'm going to give Jack. Sometimes Jack be just giving you like, sometimes Jack just give you the hard one. All right. Dr. Dre, Quincy Jones, Pharrell. Your people like.
Oh, the Jeopardy music.
He said we can donate.
I know I'm developing Pharrell.
Ooh, she just drew the line in the sand.
So that's either Quincy or Dre. Yes. Getting the snip.
Next.
$20 for the kids. The kids we're gonna send you pictures with the kids eating pizza. We're gonna send you pictures with the kids eating pizza. You
Make it right.
He's like, yo, donate. Donate, don't even do it. It's fun. We like to put you in little traps. We like to put you in little traps. It's a little fun. It's a little,
That was it. That was dirty work right there. That was dirty work.
I'm like, Dre is like, nigga, I know you wanted to, because the only reason I that was interested is because we've been hearing, I'm going to be the next Quincy.
Yep.
And I'm working with the
Dre.
greatest of Dre. So you said Pharrell, I'm like, hold the fuck up. We are about to start over.
Do the white flag and quick.
All right, couple more. Chris Brown, Usher, and I'm only speaking about music. Kels.
Cutting Kells.
I love you. You're so nonchalant.
Because whatever he's going to do, he's going to do it. Okay?
Yes. So who we developing? Who we signing?
That's a tough one. I love them both. We're talking about right now.
This is how do you want to do it?
So, I developed Chris because I know he's going to be the Usher that was. And Usher being signed, and as nice as he is, he will pull Chris up.
He's gonna set the example.
Yeah.
Great point. All right, two more. The second, the hardest one is coming. Jay-Z, Nas,
Who was the
Kendrick.
third one? Oh, Jesus.
You can say, bro, you can jump in and he's like, ding, ding, ding. We need our own theme music. I can just play on the phone, right? That's a hard one.
Yeah, it is.
Is it though?
Let's go.
I developed Kendrick.
She drew the line in the sand.
Okay, I can see where this is
Okay.
going. Okay.
I just love the mode you in. You in character and everything now.
I could. The check.
Put it out to the kids, guys. I was just like, hold on. All right.
Okay.
The last one.
Okay.
The last one
can't do it.
is the absolute hardest. I know the answer,
No, that
but I
was
have
hard
to do
enough.
it.
Go.
Prince, MJ, Stevie. We done went to the umbrella. They all three in you right now.
Bullshit. Okay, hold up. Hold up.
They got 40?
Yeah.
40? Can't cut nobody? Can't even develop nobody?
That's a hard. I mean,
No.
This show should be called dedicated to Stevie, Mike, and Prince. Like, that's how much you love you showing them.
Nights like this, I wish raindrops will fall. Make it rain for the kids. Make it rain. Make it rain for the kids.
Okay,
Make it
okay.
rain for the
I
kids.
gotta ask you a random question. What is your favorite biopic or
Okay,
movie
listen.
pick?
The 5 Heartbeats.
Because you said 5. That's what triggered me.
listen. Everyone thinks that they were a real group.
They weren't.
okay?
They
And
weren't.
they were.
Yes.
Okay. I've been on Robert Townsend's. I watched the 5 Heartbeats on the plane on the way here because it was on Delta. I was like, what? Put that thing right on, and I was crying like I'd never seen it before.
Incredible.
Eddie Kane, when he said, "I feel like going on in
What?
church," I'm on the like
Listen,
flight
what?
attendant was like, "You good? Give me a water."
Because Robert Townsend's head is down. Then he lifts it up like he hears that voice like,
take your time.
yeah,
Take
like,
your
oh
time.
shit, that's what I'm doing
The
here.
Goosebumps.
Yes.
Everyone's performance in that top notch. Temptations. We used to watch that on the tour bus and cry like we didn't know none of them died. Like, what's wrong
What?
with us? We know the story. I've
Yeah.
read the books. Like, all the things. The Temptations is a great biopic.
So that's your top one.
Yeah. I
Anybody
think
come to see
that,
you,
like,
Otis?
yeah. it's-
That's the line of the life.
Leon,
Anybody
just-
coming to see
Leon
you,
just-
Leon
Otis?
played the hell out of
both
David
them,
Ruffin.
Right.
Yeah.
Just David Ruffin it and like, but no, 5 Heartbeats. I've asked Robert Townsend if he would kindly adapt that into a stage play. Because I want to be in that audience when Cookie's front row.
Yes.
And they're trying to get booed. I
Yeah.
feel like we all come into the auditorium and it's that talent show for the
You know,
first
you could do
time.
it.
Absolutely.
You should put it together. Candy just put together the
Absolutely.
Wiz. You could put
Listen,
together.
look, what do we have to do to
What?
make this happen? Get
You need to be in it.
Need parts of that. That thing is just magic.
That's
Just
incredible.
absolute magic. So yeah.
Random questions. We have arguments on this show all the time. We like to argue. Thriller, Purple Rain, the albums. Which one would you
Purple
rank?
Rain. My preference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yours.
Purple Rain.
Me too. As a
Because
kid, I always thought it
Thriller-
was Thriller.
Not even. I wasn't really on Thriller the album. I loved the zombies. I
Yes.
loved Black Werewolf Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Absolutely was trying to get at his neck. He
Yeah.
was fine as hell in
Yeah.
that varsity jacket. I told him to his face. I did. I told Mike, Black Werewolf Mike, you were for me.
He was the nigga.
Absolutely.
That's what Butterflies was written about.
What? Absolutely. Whew, getting all hot in the neck. Get it right. No. Purple Rain, work of art.
Bro, at the end of the movie, when he comes in and
Goosebumps.
there's nothing better in the history of cinema.
Never.
Musically, music scene, nothing is better than that
No.
moment.
To even the point where someone in the audience,
Yep.
remember that part?
Yeah.
Just one person.
Yeah.
I feel like someone couldn't hold back the tears.
Yeah.
You can hear the
Yeah.
sound. A pin could drop.
Them faces, when they was zooming in, you could tell them motherfuckers was...
The emotion in that room, and I remember going to Minneapolis and playing First Avenue, and I rolled on the stage performing Darling Nikki for sound check. I ain't care. So where's that red spotlight? Give it to I knew a girl named
Hey,
Nikki.
Nikki, what?
Listen, Purple Rain by far. I say not Thriller because it's not off the wall and it's not bad.
I
Off the Wall
said
is
that.
the album. Bad
Did I not
is-
say? I said. I think off the
V.I.M.
wall.
him
I think
album.
off the wall and bad to me are better
I
than
would have had
Thriller.
a harder choice. Had you have said Purple Rain or Off the Wall, I'd have been like,
Yeah, that's different. That gets different.
Yeah.
Tough.
But Purple Rain, I always say, as good as Thriller is, Thriller, and this is just my opinion, doesn't have a song that makes you feel emotionally what Purple Rain feels, and doesn't have a song that makes you feel the way I Will Die For You feels.
Oh my.
That shit is like God was in the room. He was there. He said, "I got it." And to know that Prince played every instrument,
Beautiful ones, the nerve. Beautiful ones, take me with you, the nerve.
I'm watching Purple Rain as soon as I get home
right.
tonight. I cannot wait.
Oh my, listen, Apollonia and all of her gloriousness being, in that Lake Minnetonka.
And the scene with Morris Day, when he performed, and everybody, is the coordination of the scene where he's on stage. Jerome, why we don't have more Jeromes in music?
With the
Just a
mirror.
nigga that got a mirror up, like making sure you look good on stage.
I'm not saying you have to wear high heels and eyeliner.
Yeah.
But the fact that I was that attracted to Prince and ain't flinched one time with him being yay high with a perm and eyeliner.
Yeah.
He was something else.
Y'all movie, you know what y'all movie would have been called? Love and Basketball. Because Prince hoops. Dave Chappelle said it, Prince hoops.
No, he did. Like he
would have been the one-on-one?
a lot. What? I mean, he's smaller than me. I cook Prince.
Right.
I couldn't even say it out my mouth.
It's so hard to
You know
say.
I'm playing.
But it's hard.
No, the last time I was gonna see him, he was supposed to come to Yoshi's in
Yeah.
Oakland, but he went to the Warriors game that night. I'm like, yo, you're not coming through. So I'm courtside at the game with his cane like this,
Yes.
afro out,
Afro out.
shades. So I'm like, dang.
Yeah, I love that. I can talk music with you all day. All right, we got a couple things. We have this segment of the show called Credit Check. We like to give credit on the show because credit can be leveraged. Flowers can't. I don't want flowers. Flowers die and go. I want credit. Let me watch alive. Who are 2 or 3 unsung heroes in a Marsha Ambrosius story that you just feel like I want to just shout them out?
Emily King.
Who is Emily?
Emily King was signed to J Records when I was there. She eventually got another deal with someone else. She had an album called The Switch. Still making music, phenomenal artist, but she was around during such a vulnerable part of my life and my journey. I remember being at SOBs in New York. She'd opened for Floetry, and I was crying in the bathroom. If you've ever been to SOBs, it's like a basement downstairs.
Yeah.
It's like the artist could barely get anywhere to get changed.
Yeah,
You had
for
that
sure.
big mirror, your whole entourage is down there. And I'm just crying. I'm emotional. And she caught me right as she's trying to go in the bathroom. I'm trying to come out, get myself together. And she gave me this look like it was going to be okay. I broke down in that little girl's arms. And I let all of my emotions out. And I didn't take into consideration that I just let her have to hold that weight because of how she felt about me. It's someone like I'm on the road with Marsha Ambrosius, Floetry, and I have to give her credit for really pulling me out. What could have gone a completely different direction
That's
had
fire.
she have just not caught me in that moment.
That's fire.
So, her, someone else to credit that didn't get their just due. That's tough. Because I've been open with my space.
Yeah.
I've been open with the credit that I've given.
Yeah.
I haven't had too many people where I'm like, not saying I don't owe anyone anything. Anyone feels like they owe, go ahead. But nah, I think that one right there, if I haven't said it enough, just thank you to Emily King in that moment. That's the only one I can really think
That's
of.
okay.
Right now.
How did being a mother change you?
Completely. Any parent, what it does to your heart, my heart is different.
Yeah.
The intention behind actual like love is different. Like, oh, I love you. I can't say I love you for real.
Yeah.
I love my daughter. Like
Yes.
it's different.
Yeah.
So she's just opened my eyes to like a whole other like thing.
Did she give you the strength that made you have to push through?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what my kids did for me. Like
Absolutely.
Once my kids were born, I'm like, I can't afford to be a baby no more.
Oh, no,
I have
no,
to be
no,
the
no.
man.
But even with that, she keeps me young.
Yeah.
Like I do have to woman up, but at the same time, it's like mommy, let's do this. Like she's a walking Broadway musical.
Oh my God.
Every day. And
she needs to be the little girl in the
Right.
play that's like, don't matter how hard. You got come on now.
Listen.
You got to do it.
With the paper, we haven't finished yet.
What? Come on. I want to see that, by the way. When you do it, I want to invite. I'm telling you, I'm coming.
It's done. Listen.
Call Robert Townsend.
Dreamt about that play.
We should do it here in Atlanta because Atlanta would show up. That shit would be like,
It's
well,
done.
New
It's
York
going
and then
nationwide.
Atlanta. Because New York, oh my God.
It's done. It's done. I've spoken into existence now. It's gonna
I
happen.
have no choice.
Absolutely gonna happen.
So, last question. Unless you got something, Rick.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is called
Prepared.
This is called the God Show. GOATs is an acronym for goats and underdogs. Do you consider yourself a goat or do you consider yourself an underdog? And if you do consider yourself an underdog, what do you personally feel like you have to accomplish for you to call yourself a goat?
I'm a goat.
Right away.
Oh, knock my watch off my arm, nigga. Like, knock
Right
my
away.
watch off my motherfucking arm.
And whether anyone says I'm an underdog, I feel like it's not acknowledged as such, but I am a GOAT. There's no way I'm not a GOAT.
Listen.
Like,
Girl writes a record at 16 for a boy at McDonald's that Michael Jackson sings.
You right, GOAT.
She goes on to, like, come on. Like, you are the fucking GOAT. And you're the most nonchalant GOAT ever. Like, it's even better when you're nonchalant. Like, I guess so. I mean, you know.
my spirit is Kanye. There's a Kanye in everyone.
Yeah,
We want to lash
it
out and
is.
let everyone know what that is.
Yes.
But at the same time, like I said, you feel some type of way. Well, Prince said otherwise. Stevie said otherwise.
Right.
Mike said otherwise. Too many other people
The
said
GOATs
otherwise.
called you the GOAT. And on that note, this is the God Show.
a bar.
It's not I can say it.
It's a bar.
The GOATs called you the GOAT. So you are the GOAT. We're gonna change that picture from a goat to Marsha's face. I need somebody to give me a silhouette. What could defend? Somebody give me a silhouette of Marsha's face. I'm gonna make your face the GOAT. I just want to tell you, I've been in this shit a long time. I've seen so many people lose themselves. You rarely see someone find themselves. And seeing you glowing, looking beautiful as ever, having found yourself, I just want to tell you I'm proud of you. And we celebrate you. And I hope everybody who sees this, watches, listens to your album, streams that shit, because we won't get another Lauren until we support everything not low vibrational. And to me, we need you to win.
Thank you.
Shout out to everybody for watching. Shout out to our sponsors. But shout out to Marsha for coming through. Shout out to Kadife. By the way, I just got to do something. Shout out to Kadife. Let me show y'all something. Marsha, I'm sorry about it. The show is over, by the way. But you got to say,
Right.
so let me tell y'all something. Marsha comes in here with Kadife Sylvester, who's my bro from Atlanta. Kadife sends me the one sheet on Marsha, to get ready for the interview. So I'm like, cool. Rick is like, yo, I didn't get the email. Kadife was like, I'll send it to you. Matter of fact, you want the one sheet? Pulls out a stack of these. Yes. I'm going to find a way to put this shit on the wall. I'm not joking with you. I'm going to put it on the wall like a mugshot. Like
Right.
Tupac and on the wall.
here.
Like, just like, what's that? That's just my ode. That's my ode to Kadife.
That's love.
And you.
Thank you.
What's better? So let's go, guys. Let's go.